given some tapes, and one of the first that was given was to Tony, and it was Vinny playing in his own band. The band was called Axis, and Tony called me and said, "Boy, you've got to hear this kid. He's great." So I went over to the hotel that Tony was staying at, which is in Los Angeles again, and listened to Vinny and just said, "Yeah, no problem. That's it. That sounds like the person to me."
It was a surprise to me, and that's where I first met Ronnie and everyone else. And from there, we just had a couple of days to rehearse, and then the first gig we played together was in Hawaii at Aloha Stadium in front of like 30,000 people. So they asked me to stay, and that led to doing the next album, which was The Mob Rules. And the rest is history.
The end of Black Sabbath, for me, in, I guess it must have been 1983. At that point, I just think that emotionally, again, from working such a long time and touring for the 3 years or so and recording 2 albums back to back within a 4-year period, it just got a little bit too much for all of us to take. And I think that perhaps maybe our success or our attitude about how important we were was maybe perhaps a little bit wrong. Proves now again that the strength was always in the numbers. The strength was in the fact that we did what we did together.
Welcome back into Tunes Brothers. I am Rob. That is Scott. That is Darren. And we are going to be doing another album by somebody other than AC/DC and Kiss. And I will turn that over to Scott to give you the rundown of what we got going.
All right, dudes, ladies, and gents, we got something real different today, and it's in the same category, but it's an album that I'm very relatable to. I didn't know how relatable Rob and Darren were to it. I didn't know if they had actually even heard anything from it or not. But it is Black Sabbath Mob Rules. It's got the plastic on, so you can see a little bit. I got the CD too, but this was easier. It is the second Ronnie James Dio album with Black Sabbath, and if you ask me,
okay, for my knowledge here now, because I don't have a clue other than Ozzy.
Yeah.
Who else has been the singer, and in what order did it go?
It went Ozzy, Dio, Ronnie James Dio, whatever, and it went from Geo to Ian Gillan, and then it went to was it Glenn Hughes?
And Ian Gillan was Deep Purple, right?
Yeah. He was Deep Purple.
Okay. Here we go. Let's play geek time. Was Ian Gillan with Deep Purple before Coverdale?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, he's the original singer. I mean,
pretty sure he's the original.
Richie Blackmore.
Ian was the original.
Huh?
Gillan was the original for Whitesnake.
No,
not Whitesnake.
Or not Whitesnake. Deep Purple. Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's got the longest tenure at Black Sabbath for singing?
That's going to be Ozzy.
Okay.
More albums. Dio did revisit. Dio done these 2 albums. They got pissed because he went in the studio and started messing with stuff without Geezer Butler and Tony Iommi's permission, and they got pissed off at him and fired him, which was a mistake in my opinion. Then they regrouped in the mid-90s and done an album called Dehumanizer, which is, and then they one more before Ronnie James Dio's death. It's not under Black Sabbath, it's under Heaven and Hell. Bible Black is the name of it, and it's freaking awesome. So everything Ronnie James Dio's done with them, I found damn near perfect. the production is insane. The Ozzy days to that, I don't know what they done, but to me it's a great production. But we're going to rank.
So did Ozzy leave, or was he asked to leave?
He
I think he was kicked out.
was fired, man, because drugs and alcohol, and them last two albums they done were absolutely freaking horrible. Yeah, there's a few songs on them that's actually really good, but the production on them is absolutely horrible. It sounds like
Well, I always just in listening to like Paranoid and stuff, it sounds like it was done 300 years ago. I mean,
yeah,
that album always sounded tremendously old compared to what else was going on. I mean, I never understood that.
hell, that sounds good compared to the Never Say Die and Technical X. I mean, Never Say Die and Sabotage production. Oh gosh, I don't know what they were. Everybody must have been spaced out, but
Fuck. Keep talking. I'll edit this out.
wow, that's like
Yeah, yeah. He just blew Darren and Scott's ears out.
yeah, I'm right.
I should text first. I used to hauling this early. Okay, yeah, I'll just call you when it's over.
Yes, sir. I'll have all the dishes done.
She heard you barking, buddy.
Take the garbage. Got the garbage. Feed me.
All right. Now they're both going at it. Okay, I'll call you later.
Fold the clothes.
All right.
And just so we don't get blasted with comments, Rod Evans was the original lead singer of Deep Purple from 68 to 69. And then it was Gillan from 69 to 73, Coverdale from 73 to 76. And then the reunion with Ian Gillan from 84 to 89. And then Joe Lynn Turner from 89 to 92.
Joe.
Boy, is he an ugly fucker.
And then back to Ian Gillan from 92 to 2022. So
Yeah, I see
Ian's man.
in 2022.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't want to hear anybody talk about Kiss anymore. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking singers to go through, let alone guitar players.
Right.
Yeah, Deep Purple. I never knew their first singer. See, I've never been a big Deep Purple fan. I do like the Ian Gillan stuff. Not all of it. About 50-50, I guess you could say. And yeah, that's some good stuff there. I actually have the Perfect Strangers album when they got back together. The 84 album is freaking fantastic. It's my favorite one. But yeah, we're going to rank these songs on Mob Rules, our least favorite to favorite. I hope y'all did count E5150.
Oh, I did.
Okay. Well, we're recording. Okay. How did you like that bass? Is that not a hell of a fucking bass? Did you hear the bass?
I'm not going to give away. Since you brought it up, I don't like to talk about it before it's up in the order. But the first thing that came to mind is Gene Simmons' bass solo when he's spitting blood.
Did you hear the devil?
No, I don't know what the fuck you were talking about with that.
How could you miss that?
Dude, I'm listening to the whole thing like 100 times trying to hear a voice or something, and all I hear is bass.
It's a voice. It's right there close to the end of it, man. That right there when they're doing that bass, and then what? Well, that's the creepiest hot damn. Now that scared the shit out of me.
Over bonding, but
You didn't hear
What?
the devil speaking? Oh my gosh, dude! How did you miss that?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. That was 81.
Yeah.
When did in the 70s, did Gene's have them stupid, creepy bass solos then too?
I guess so, man. I think they were much more.
Okay,
rich.
then Black Sabbath ripped off Gene Simmons' 6 Ways of Fucking Sunday.
Oh yeah, but man,
Somebody stole from somebody, man, because when I watch those videos and that green light's on his face and he's spitting blood, that's almost fucking identical to what's going on in that bass solo.
yeah, a little bit. I mean, I can see where you can take some from it, but that right there is way more powerful that Gene Simmons slide down, especially on
Well,
freaking production. I mean, in the album. Um,
well,
yeah, man.
that's whatever. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Who's going to start it up?
I'll go first. I hardly ever go first anymore.
Yeah, man. So you roll with it.
So I was under the impression that pretty much Black Sabbath was Ozzy. Ozzy was Black Sabbath. And that impression has been cemented. I can't fucking stand Dio. I like I didn't want to break your heart. I wanted to give this a fair shot, but I knew going in I fucking hate Dio.
Really?
I like Rainbow in the Dark. Yeah, I like Rainbow in the Dark, and it's all because of the music. Has nothing to do with him and his performance. I can't stand Holy Diver, any of that garbage. To me, Dio is the absolute poster child of the generic metal singer. Him and Bruce Dickinson are two singers I cannot listen to. There's something I like, and I like high octave singers, but there's something douchey about those two's voice that I just it's like a poor man's opera singer. I don't know what the hell it is. Kind of also like what's his face from Dawkins, same thing. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Don Dawkins.
I don't.
Yeah.
Voice
No. The way they sing. I'm not saying their voices sound. They put that almost operatic in there. GF Tate, same thing. It's no longer just high pitched coolness. It's now got some of this phony poor man's opera singer in it, and I can't stand it. So I knew going into this wasn't going to be great. There is one song that I did like, and that's the best I can say.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it, it's not that I hated it. This is generic to me. This is if you were going to put like a heavy metal cartoon, a la, the old heavy metal movie,
Yeah.
and you wanted some generic soundtrack from a no-name band, so you didn't have to pay them a lot.
Yeah.
This is that type of music. It's the stereotypical, this is metal, dude, and it's not. It's just heavy music for the sake of being heavy. It's not terrible. It just does zero for me. I had very hard time telling any difference in any of these songs unless there was a ballad, which I think there was two. Then obviously it gives a different feel, but otherwise this all basically, huh?
Which album was you listening to? What?
Mob Rules, man. I painfully listened to it for the third time today, figuring that, okay, the first two irritated me. I'll give it one more shot on a good sleep. No, this is, again, I'm not saying it's horrible talent wise, or the sound of it is so overly generically, hey, we're heavy metal, look at me. There's nothing special in here. Dio's voice, like I said, Bruce Dickinson, Don Dokken, these operatic people who think they're a high-pitched singer, but they're really not. The voice just doesn't work for me. So number 10. So
it don't work for you, man. But I find it.
Yeah, I just, and I'm willing to try anything, but I will say this going forward, you might be better off, at least for me, stay away from Dio. Anything Dio's involved with, because his voice is so annoying to me. But anyway, so the best I can do here is I put them in an order of the ones that I dislike the least, that I could tolerate. I mean, it wasn't which ones do I like the best. It was which ones do I dislike the least is number one. Okay, so number 10 is the one I absolutely hated from the minute it started till the minute it finished on all three listens, and that's Falling Off the Edge of the World.
Okay.
Absolutely terrible. That was absolutely terrible. And I you know me, Scott. You won me over on a lot of this AC/DC stuff. I'm not trying to be a dick, but at the same time, I've got my online integrity at stake here. That people expect me to be honest. I'm brutally honest.
Did I not tell you though that Dio was singing on this? You should have said
Yeah, you did.
something to me.
No. I wasn't going to, because I've given him such a little chance that I knew when you said it. And I thought, all right, I hate fucking Dio, but I'm going to give it a
I
shot.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
I know it now.
I didn't want to tell you that. That's why I love doing this. I don't want you catering to my taste. I didn't know if you were even into sweet type music. It's a chance we take.
Yeah.
We're not all going to like everything. That's just the way it goes. And I expect the same from you
I
guys.
know
Don't
that.
worry about
I'm
my fucking
shocked.
feelings. If you hate something, you hate it. That's just the way it is.
Okay. All right.
So, falling
You
off the
go
edge of the world, that's the
and,
best I can do.
You want me to go second? And you
That's
go
fine.
last? I'll go second.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Devil's tune, E5150. Yeah, it's not really a song. It's like an intro to Mob Rules, the song. But they got it on here as its own thing, its own entity. So I love the heavy riff bass, the creepy. It's damn like something good for Halloween, man, or something that, the string
Yeah.
sliding up.
It's definitely got the evil vibe.
Yeah, it does, man. And the production, man, to me is fucking perfect. But that's me. All right. Darren.
All right. So, like Rob, I hadn't given Dio a whole lot of chance up until this album, right? But unlike Rob, I like Holy Diver, and I like some of the stuff with Rainbow.
Yeah, me too.
But I found literally nothing enjoyable about this album whatsoever. The first time I listened to it,
Oh my God.
I was working. I work from home, and I'm relatively left to my own devices, and so I played it at a decent level in the background while I was working. And honestly, on first listen, I didn't find anything ultra annoying. But that was, like I said, that was just a cursory listen to see if anything stood out, either good or bad. On the first listen, I got none of it. I was pretty indifferent still.
Yeah.
On the second listen, I think it induced projectile vomiting.
Tell us how you really feel. Yeah.
All right, so there are 9 tracks on this song, but E5150 is so bad it gets put at number 10.
Okay. Gotcha. That's why.
I don't know if it was supposed to be a solo, what the hell was going on, but it sounded like somebody was taking a dump on a microphone. It was bad.
Did you hear the devil?
No, I didn't hear the voice.
Man, there's no way in hell you can't hear that. I just don't see how y'all miss that.
I don't. Maybe you're just more in tune with him than we are. I don't know.
No, it's loud. It's loud. You can't miss it.
Do you light candles and chant a lot in your spare time?
Sometimes, not all the time.
I honestly did not hear. I listened twice to that in a row on purpose. I heard nothing.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how the hell y'all missed that. All right. Okay. It's loud.
What does he say? What does he say?
He doesn't say anything. He sounds like he's saying.
Okay, well that's probably why. It probably just sounded like more sound effects.
It's 2 words, but you can't make them out. But it sounds like a literal demon talking.
Okay.
I'll listen to it again. I'll see.
After this, I'll definitely listen again.
It is freaking.
I was waiting for somebody to speak, like in a demon voice or something.
No, it's like.
Oh, okay.
It sounds completely demonic, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then it's back to me.
Yeah.
Slipping Away, right? That's one of the ballads. Is that correct?
No, not really a ballad, man.
No, it's not. Okay.
It's,
I forgot to mark the other ballad. Like I said, guys,
some of them are. I wouldn't call any of them ballads. Some of them are slower.
just one. I mean, it could be
What's
the
that?
slowest song on there, man.
Sign of the Southern Cross.
That's a ballad.
Ooh, that'll freaking crack your freaking head,
Oh,
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only song that I had heard off of this album prior to this review. That's the only one I'd heard was the Sign of the Southern Cross.
Have you guys?
Where the hell did you hear that?
I don't know, but I knew it as soon as I looked at the track listing. I knew that I had heard that song.
Have you guys seen that movie, that heavy metal cartoon? Heavy metal.
Little bits and pieces. Yeah, it was Sammy Hagar's soundtrack.
Yeah,
As a kid.
Mob Rules is in it too.
I mean,
Wow,
the,
dude,
Mob
I'm
Rules.
talking like 10, 12 years older or whatever it was is when I saw just bits and pieces of it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when did that come out? Because I had a friend that told me I just had to watch it.
Cheap Trick and yeah, man,
But
that's a good jam on there.
that came out in '81, the same year this Mob Rules does.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
to me anyway, Slipping Away fell there because again, and we're going to get ripped 6 ways a Sunday, Darren, in the comments, especially by people around Scott's who's a few years older than us or whatever. This is just a clear example that me and Darren are not true heavy metal guys. We're more pop and rock guys leaning into the hair metal a lot. Where Scott, Lewis, some of these guys, and it's generally the people a few years older than us, are into the stripped down, real heavy metal origin type stuff that we're just not.
And so be it. I mean, right?
Yeah. Because Judas Priest is the greatest example for me. Love them. There's a block of albums from fucking Point of Entry, British Steel, Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, even Turbo and Ram It Down. Well, once they get into Painkiller and Up to Current, I would just as soon eat a turd than listen to that fucking music because it's fucking horrible. It's fucking loud and fast and chaotic for fucking no reason. They completely destroyed themselves with Painkiller and have never went back.
That's why
I'm just not that guy.
It's
that?
nothing like Painkiller. This is not a speed metal album. This is
No. I wasn't. No. I was saying that bands like this and Judas Priest that are considered heavy metal, it's just never been my thing. Never been my thing.
I was actually surprised that this wasn't heavier, right? That they had quite a few songs that were slower tempo. And I don't want to call them ballads because I don't think they were singing about love.
And people take Black Sabbath as that kind of group, man. But they're heavy, but it's not speed metal. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
no.
Yeah.
I was not making the comparison to the tempo of Priest now to this album. I was just saying they are bands, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. Some of these bands are what people would go to, and anything Dio's ever done as true heavy metal. And that music to me has never spoke to me. That's just me. So Slipping Away, that's the best I can do is just give you my number on this one. There's a couple of them you can talk more about with me, but that's not one of them.
Okay, my number 8. It's the slowest one on there, and it's well, I can't really say anything. I love this whole album. There's nothing on here that's bad to me. It's Over and Over. That's the slow one. That's the last song on the album.
I don't know why you guys are talking like Sign of the Southern Cross ain't slow. Listen to the first 3 minutes. Or at least the first minute.
Intro,
no, I said it was slow.
Yeah. Yeah, the intro. It's got a ballady intro.
Yeah, it does got a ballady intro, but God damn, it'll freaking kill your ass out of the intro, though.
All right.
I mean, I'm talking about heavy punch, vibrate damn shit off your shells, man. Yeah.
All right. So, other than ranking E5150 at 10, nothing else gets below a 9. I ranked everything else with a decimal point. So, coming in at 9.9 is Country Girl. That could
Okay.
be the worst song with vocals. I I found nothing appealing about it. Sorry. Yeah, Country Girl 9.9.
This is all. I mean, I had an idea this wasn't Darren's cup of tea, but Darren is much
Guys are the
more.
only people I think I've ever met doesn't like Dio's voice. Holy shit.
Oh, Darren does.
No
I
matter
don't.
what he's singing.
No, like I said, there are songs that he sings that I enjoy. I am not.
don't like
I am
all
not
his stuff.
going to knock on Dio.
I don't like everything by Dio. I don't.
I mean,
This album I love, though. This is one of the ones that I
when some of my favorite
love.
bands put out shit albums, I mean, and I will fully admit that those albums stink, right? I mean, but
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
I tried, man. Like I said, I'm
I'm just, it's just a culture shock for me that you guys love hard rock and heavy metal ish, and you found absolutely nothing on this album. Because it's a tempo album too. There's a couple of faster songs, and it's just got a beat.
like I said,
There's a couple of them that's like an AC/DC beat.
I was
man.
surprised that all wasn't like fast and heavier, right? I was shocked that, like you said, over and over. I mean, there were some slower songs, and that kind of surprised me because that I wasn't expecting that at all.
Okay.
See, that didn't surprise me because Ozzy did some slow stuff with Sabbath.
Yeah.
But I just want to take all the hate here. Darren never said he doesn't like Dio's voice. That's me. All right. So.
Oh no. Yeah. That's you. He said he liked Holy Diver. Yeah, that's right. He didn't say that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So it's back to me, and Darren just touched on it. Country Girl, terrible song. I
can't.
I don't know what else to say. When we get up to my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 5, I got some stuff that I listened to carefully enough and weren't so offensive to my ears that I actually could take some stuff away and talk about it. So,
all right. Okay, so it's on me with number 7. You just touched on it, I think, Darren. I mean, Rob. Falling Off the Edge of the World. I can see now what you're talking about at the beginning of this. It's real slow. It's ballady. Real slow. He's singing real slow, and it's sounds like a damn near a orchestra almost in the background, but it's not. But this song here, instead of Southern Cross, when they take off in this damn song, this song is high powered. It is freaking, you're gone, dude. Falling Off the Edge of the World. I love the song. That's just where it falls for me on the album, number 7.
Good.
All right. Coming in at 9.8, Sign of the Southern Cross. Yeah, I can't. I guess it's. I think I fell asleep after the first minute, and then, like I said, I think my ears started to bleed once it kicked in a little bit. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it will.
All
I
right.
love it, man. I hate it, but I love it. I was hoping something would grab y'all here. All right,
All right.
Rob.
This one showed signs of tolerability until the chorus, and that is Mob Rules. I'm not trying to be funny here, people. I'm just trying to make you understand.
Yeah, I know. I've lived with this, bro. Y'all, I kind of have a hard time reflecting that. See, I can't look at it from y'all's point of view because I know this album my whole life. So, yeah.
And I think that, again, I can't emphasize, what do you got, 3-4 years on me in age? That means a lot when you're talking about being a music listener in the 70s. That's the difference between being into Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and stuff and then just skipping over that and coming in around Kiss and Judas Priest and stuff after. There's a big disconnect there over a handful of years in that decade.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. My nephew's 5, I mean, he's 5 years younger than me. So, and he had I mean, he loved Kiss, of course, because he didn't have a choice. But there's a lot of things that he didn't like. That he didn't take to back that far either. So I got you. I see.
All right. So
Oh,
whose turn
good.
is it? I did Mom Rule, so it's you, Scott.
It's Scott.
Let's hurry it up and get this piece of shit done, guys. All right.
No. I want you to praise and get your message out just like any other album. Don't you skip over your emotions. I like you to be able to say, hey, I love this.
And trust me, I'm sure that I will take some lumps here soon on some of the albums that I've already picked out. So
It'd be hard. Is it my go?
Yep.
You're at 6.
Okay, number 6, man. Y'all just mentioned it. I fell in love with a country girl.
Oh.
I love it, man. It's not my favorite. This song has never been my favorite on here. Neither was Falling Off the Edge of the World. I do love the whole album, but they're not my favorite songs. That's why they wound up. I shouldn't be having to explain this to y'all because, but anyway, I'm like talking about a fucking Kiss album here, eh?
That's good. That's what the point is. People who like Black Sabbath want to hear your take because they don't want to hear us two idiots who don't like it.
Right. I mean, I even Googled like other reviews of this album, and the majority of them are very high on this album. So then I felt like, well, then I'm definitely going to be one of the oddballs, saying I don't care for it. But again, it's just one guy's opinion. So
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they got good reviews. I mean, I know that it got good reviews, but everybody praises the Heaven and Hell album.
Right, and that's
the one I hear about more than anything.
Yeah, they said Heaven and Hell was like one of their masterpieces, and then this one didn't live up to it, but it's still good.
Yeah, I can't hardly find a difference between the two. That's it. The 80 and 81, they made them back to back. The only difference is there's two different drummers. Bill Ward was on Heaven and Hell, and then Vinny Appice, I can't never say his name. He's on Mob Rules.
Okay,
that's the only difference. So yeah,
good.
All right, coming in for at number 9.7 was Over and Over.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, Scott, you already put that at number 8, so I wasn't too far off on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one just kind of don't. It's the ending off track, and it's not bad, but that's probably the slowest paced song on here all the way through. Heavy, but slow.
Okay, back to me. And this goes directly to Scott. You're with me on The Elder with We Like Just a Boy, right?
Yeah, I like Just a Boy. Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me what you think of Odyssey.
I ain't crazy about Paul's voice in Odyssey.
Stop.
I just think I ain't never been crazy.
Stop right there. Stop right there. My number 5, Sign of the Southern Cross. If you like that first fucking minute, you are never, ever, ever allowed to fucking diss Paul's Odyssey voice again. This is the most pathetic attempt at falsetto I've ever heard in my life. I don't want to hear anybody ever tell me Ronnie James Dio had one of the greatest voices on the planet. That is a fucking atrocity. That is very fucking. Oh my God! I don't care how big. I don't care how big you are. I'll take you right now, motherfucker.
I had to say that. Y'all been since we started. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you know that ain't.
I am tired of it because if Paul Stanley, the double standard with Kiss for 50 years is beyond ridiculous. We've already pointed a couple of things out that if they'd have done what AC/DC did on some songs, they'd have been lambasted for it. Paul would be fucking crucified for that first minute by Kiss fans if he sounded like that on any song on The Elder. They'd be talking about how fucking faggy it is and everything else. But these cocksucking metal guys get away with crap like that. That minute, coupled with a 7-minute song, which is the most atrocious abomination of a song in any genre ever, unless you're Enya and you're strictly making something for somebody to just chill and relax to. No song should ever go past 5 minutes, ever, and that's pushing it. Horrible song. It would have been way, way, way further down, except for at least I could listen to the rest of the song, although it was way too long.
The difference between Odyssey and the Sign of Southern Cross is Odyssey is a piece of shit. Basically, the Sign of the Southern Cross. You only got a little bit of that. Then it kicks your ass, bro. Bam. If Paul would have done that on Odyssey, I'd probably love it. But he stayed like that all the way through. So, end of discussion.
Yeah.
And Tam, number 5 for me. I can't believe y'all didn't even like the damn the beginning, just the intro. Right, fuck the singing.
Well, there's parts to every song that are good and bad. It's just
man.
Which one?
Turn Up the Night.
Oh, dude, I haven't even got there yet.
Lead off track.
I haven't got there yet. I didn't diss that one.
Yeah, I haven't dissed that one yet.
The bass is damn near overpowering in this song, man. I mean, I love it, and I love the groove, and I love, damn near this whole album, the bass is just jacked up.
I have a curious question. I don't want to interrupt your take, but I've noticed something with, and again, you're about the only person I've ever known personally that's been the huge AC/DC guy. Everybody else that I've known is, liked them enough, but they weren't, flying the flag. But people that I have known, like Darren, you'd know from places, Group Fishers and Metzger and stuff, the people who are into the heavier stuff tend to have the same things to say that you do about bands, to where it's really not any one thing that pulls you in. It's as long as it's got a beat and it's heavy, it's good. And I wish I was like that. I can't be that guy. I have so many things a song's got to meet before it's appealing to me. It just seems is there anything heavy you don't like? And I'm not talking speed metal. I'm just saying bands that are heavy that you just don't like.
Yeah, there's plenty of them, man.
Okay. It just seemed.
Yeah, man. If I don't like it's hard to explain, man. I love everything pretty much. In speed metal, my speed metal band's as high as I go in speed metal, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, thrash. It's called so many damn different things over the years. Is Metallica, Megadeth, very little Anthrax. I mean, very little. And I hate fucking Slayer. I ain't never liked anything them motherfuckers just put out.
You a fan?
Pantera is fucking wicked now. But that's it. I hate that death metal shit. I can't stand that.
No, and I knew that. I wasn't trying to pigeonhole you into that. It just seems like when you talk about AC/DC, you show these same characteristics. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like if the voice ain't perfect, if the solo, it doesn't matter. As long as it's heavy, it's good. And I just can't be like that.
Oh no. That voice has got, to me, Dio's voice is.
Oh, I know. Most people think. And let me make that perfectly clear. Let me make that clear to anybody who's watching this. I understand that me saying I don't like Dio's voice, I am in a smidgen of the fucking minority on this planet. doesn't mean I have to agree with the majority. That's all I'm saying. I understand how idolized he is with his peers and fans, but to me, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I see. If his voice sucked, I probably wouldn't know this, man.
Okay.
If this album wasn't, to me, it sonically sounds insane.
Well, and that clears it up, because to me, it just started to look like between this and AC/DC, you had the same reactions. Like, okay, so as long as it's heavy, it's good. But if you're gonna say this music was the same, but the singer was horrible, you wouldn't like it. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, man, I can't do shit singing. No,
Okay.
man. And like I said, everybody's got their different tastes with singers.
Yeah. There's people who like Axl Rose's voice. I can't stand it, but people are people. They have different tastes.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with that fucker anyway. Yeah. He's asshole to the first degree, brother. I can't stand him. That's the reason I didn't go see AC/DC when they picked his ass up. I said, fuck that. I'm not going to see that shit. I done seen him one time. So, yeah.
Okay,
we'll get off a million fucking bands here before we get out of this one, Queen.
Yeah.
All right, coming in at 9.6, I have Fall Off the Edge of the World.
Oh, higher than me and Rob. All right. You're doing good.
All right.
I meant to say something before I introduced that song as my number 8. I meant to say this is something that I never want to do or experience, and then say the name.
Well, flat Earth, it's a real thing. You could just walk off.
That's what I'm saying. Just fall off the edge of the fucking world, man. Shit.
Okay, number 4. Scott unfairly said I dissed this song, and I had not yet. Turn Up the Night. I will agree with you that intro is phenomenal, but at the end of the day, for me, anything Dio's singing ever since, with the exception of Rainbow in the Dark, for whatever reason, that song fucking is awesome, and his voice is perfect for it. But musically, this was really good, and we're in my top 4 now, which are the ones, like I said, I have more tolerance for, to at least be able to judge them fairly.
You guys are still hanging on to my number 1, so I've got. All right. My number 4 is one that you just pulled out of your ass just a few seconds ago. Slipping away. I can't believe you don't like that harmonizing, man. Damn. All right. That beat, it's not the same. It's just an off beat, man. This is not like just a steady. It's just it's got a different groove to it, but it's heavy. And his song, his voice in this song has got an echo to it. I don't think any other songs on here is like that.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to hear that voice twice. That's why they.
Oh.
All right, you can ring the bell, because coming in at number 9.5, I'm slipping away.
All right, please hit on. Okay, good or bad?
Mine was still 5.5 points higher than yours. In the worst off, like I said, I can't put anything below a 9 on this in a ranking on 10. It's
fair enough.
It does come up in some of the least, or the more tolerable of the songs. Slipping away.
Okay.
So what? My number 3?
Yeah, that's
okay. This actually I found really fucking cool. I think this should have been the intro to the fucking album, and that's the E5 150. It is noisy, but it's noisy with the intent of giving you that evil I'm in hell sound. Much like Jesus.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. On the Animalize concert video, I love when Gene does a musical bass solo instead. But I've always thought that's some wicked ass cool shit that Gene's been doing and I was just ribbing Black Sabbath fans. I don't know if anybody stole or borrowed anything or even what came first. But I've always loved that about Gene's solo, that wicked just whoop, 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 and there's fucking echoes. It just makes you feel like you're walking through the gates of hell. Super fucking cool. Unfortunately, it went into Mob Rules. I think it would have been stronger coming into my number one overall song, which I do like off this album. I have been saving that as a gem. I actually do really like a song on this album, so I think it should have went E5 150 into my favorite song on the album.
Okay. All right. If you guys can hear this, I got it already pulled up. See if you can hear me real quiet. Can y'all hear this? Wait a minute. Did y'all hear that? Turn it up louder.
Louder.
It's at the very first of 5150.
Okay. It almost sounds like a whisper or something.
Oh no! You just play the first part of that right there. You don't have to go through the whole thing. It's the first part, man.
Yeah.
It's.
And did you? I looked up because I was curious. Do you know the story of the E5 150?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I originally thought too. 5150 is a call for an emergency call for help. And they think that's what Eddie Van Halen named his amp after. This has to do with Roman numerals. Number 5 is a V. So you got EV, and then 1 being the I, and then 50 is supposed to be an L. So it spells evil in Roman numerals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And it sounds fucking evil.
Yeah.
So, hey, they hit that right. Good smart man on the spot.
For you for doing some research.
High Q, man.
Don't get used to it.
All
right.
Okay.
You're
it's on me.
Scott.
Number 3 for me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
One that will literally rip your face off after the shitty minute. Let's see.
I know the Southern Cross.
Let's just listen to that riff, man. God dang, what a riff, dude.
Hey, imagine if anybody's erection has lasted more than 4 hours that they play this album to get it to go down.
Hi. Okay. Sign of the Southern Cross, number 3. Perfect.
All right. Coming in at number 9.4, I have Turn Up the Night.
That'd be a Kiss song. Oh, Turn On the Night is the Kiss song, yeah.
Yeah, Turn Up.
It's a good fucking tune. I mean, it's not great, but I liked a lot of it. I mean,
yeah, you had it at your number 4.
Yeah,
that technically would be my 3, so not that far off. And Scott
had it
number 5, so it's
so
we're all pretty close on that one.
Yeah,
bass heavy, man. Yeah. So,
okay, my number 2 on an album that just didn't work for me. It is no surprise that one that did is a ballad, and that's Over and Over. I did not mind this song at all. I kind of, I don't want to say I enjoyed it. Like I'm gonna go put it on a playlist, but when I'm hearing everything else that I can't stand, that was like, okay, this ain't so bad.
Okay. Number 2 for me. If you listen to Fools, oh, man, is that not? Mate, don't worry, just time something I know.
Scott, I love your fucking passion for life, man. You are fucking awesome.
Y'all are too, man. When y'all ain't being assholes.
What song was that now?
I can't make y'all like anything. That's the mob rules.
Okay.
Ring the bell, because I also have the mob rules. So that means we're all aligned on the song that we find the best.
Freaking A, man.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't know how many times that's going to happen, but yes, E50,
telling you, man.
E50 150 or E5 150, whatever your preference, should have been the prelude to Voodoo, would have been perfect. And that chorus, I actually fucking like.
It's the one song that I could actually add to a playlist.
Yes.
Oh, I love it, man.
I could, but I won't.
It's number one. 3 ways. What about that? Oh, that's bad. Bad ass all the way through. Good job, guys. Y'all redeemed yourselves. Number one, baby. Oh, this has got that freaking steady, just rocking punch. This is a AC/DC song with Black Sabbath production.
I first to say I like that song right from the jump.
Thank God. I was hoping I would have got you. That's what I was, because this always pretty much been my favorite song on here. And it is just phenomenal all the way through. The punch, the heaviness, the lead, Ronnie's fucking vocals.
Yeah, his voice, much like Rainbow in the Dark, his voice just works for me in this song. And that fucking chorus to me is just fucking great.
Fucking man. You can pump your fist to this bitch, man. You can bang your head, whatever. It ain't, something that's going to give you whiplash. That's awesome,
Darren,
guys.
we know yours is Voodoo as well. Anything to add about it?
No, it's the one song from the very first time that I listened to it that actually stood out. I mean, other than, like I said, the very first time I listened to the album, I really wasn't paying attention. I just wanted to see if anything caught my attention, which, again, nothing did. But when I actually sat down and gave it my full attention, that's the one song that I knew was very good.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
And
Scott, this was your brainchild, so I'm going to let you take it away here with whatever you got to say.
I was just going to say, like with the rest of the albums and stuff that we tell people to listen to, this is not going to be an album for background. This is not going to be an album to put on a shitty fucking stereo and listen to. This is not going to be that album. This album, you got to put it on and crank it the fuck up. That's where you're going to feel how powerful this fucking album is, man. 1981 production. It sounds like something that could have come out yesterday, man. I mean, that's how good this album's clean, man, for Black Sabbath. Even with the heavy bass riffs, even with E5150, dude. It is just a fucking phenomenal. So is damn it, Heaven and Hell. It's but I think this one's a little more heavier, just a tad.
Which one was first?
Heaven.
Heaven and Hell.
Heaven
1980.
and Hell.
It was 1980.
So when was Dio's first album with Black Sabbath?
Heaven and Hell.
It was
1980.
Okay.
Yep. He had just left. He had been out of Rainbow, I guess. That's who he was with in the 70s. And I love a lot of that stuff, but a lot of that I don't care for a lot of that Rainbow stuff, man. I love a lot. I'm about 50-50.
I haven't heard a ton, but I don't either. But the one song I do love from Rainbow isn't Dio. I don't know who the singer is, but it's that Since You've Been Gone song. I fucking love that fucking song.
You don't like Man from the Silver Mountain?
Never heard
Have
it.
you ever heard that one?
Never heard
Singing?
it.
Oh,
If I heard it, I don't
yeah.
know it. So,
Okay.
yeah,
All
the
right.
little bit I
But
did,
yeah, man.
because I didn't even hear that. Believe it or not, the first time I heard anything by Rainbow was Since You've Been Gone, and that was this fucking calendar year. On Hair Nation, they put it on, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I Bluetooth it to my van, which doesn't have the digital readout telling you who's singing and all that stuff. So I had to go home after work and look it up and found out it was Rainbow. I'm like, okay, well, maybe Rainbow's a good band. And I didn't really find much else that I cared for. But
Yeah. Well,
So that
Black Sabbath.
was Graham Bonnet, or Bonnet, Bonnet. He was the lead vocalist of Rainbow, and that's actually a cover tune from, because it was written by Argent guitarist.
wow, so Argent got their fingers in a lot of shit, because that's God Gave Rock and Roll to You as well.
Yeah, Russ Ballard from Argent wrote that song, and it
Okay.
was released on the
Maybe I need to check out Argent.
right. So they covered.
Yeah, I've never checked them out.
And that's when Dio left. Rainbow was in '79, so then he must have teamed up with Sabbath shortly thereafter, because 1980 is when Heaven or Hell came out, right? Or Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Ozzy, I think his last album was '78.
And then
So,
what was his first one? Was it Bark at the Moon or Blizzard of Oz? His first solo album, Ozzy.
Oh, Blizzard of Oz.
And that was
1980.
So he took a 2-year break.
And,
okay.
Yeah, Diary of a Madman, 1981, and then Bark at the Moon, 1983.
Okay.
Yeah, and just a heavy. I didn't know really how you guys would have took it. It is a heavy, abrasive freaking album, bro. It's not for the faint of heart. I can tell you.
Honestly, I can tell you, I probably, in fairness,
Which album is that?
the one he's
Mob Rules.
Mob Rules.
It's an evil cover with an evil sound and the devil on it, for God's sake.
Well,
Demon
and
one.
here, in fairness, I will say this: musically, I didn't have a problem with this album, or the sound, or the tempo. I can't take Dio's voice 99% of the time, so I think that had a big part in it, because I like a lot of early Black Sabbath with Ozzy. I really do, but there's just something. And again, I know he's a legendary singer. I get it. People, don't even waste your energy typing anything about how great Dio is. I get it. Just doesn't appeal to me, and I think that's what sabotaged this album from the jump for me.
Not your cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
Dio. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that, because, I didn't have any more Dio on the horizon. If y'all would have loved this one for some miracle reason, we might have touched on the last one he done, Heaven and Hell, and or Heaven and Hell. But
what am I hearing?
For sure.
You're hearing an Argent song that you should recognize.
God Gave Rock and Roll. Played on a fucking really out-of-tune banjo.
God to You was an Argent song, and then Kiss covered it and named it.
Okay, good. You got it up. Was it always called God Gave Rock and Roll to You 2?
No.
Okay, Kiss added that. Okay.
Yes, Kiss added the 2. This was just God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and then Kiss, when they covered it, obviously gave it a
much-needed makeover.
Right? But yeah, so because I was always wondering why it was called 2, because they never had a 1. So, but now I know why, because Argent had the original.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Wow.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I knew it was a cover song, but I didn't know who sung it.
No, I figured it was a cover, but I never knew who it was.
Well,
me either.
Okay, guys. We're going to sign off on Black Sabbath. We do have in the works. Me and Scott got an AC/DC coming up for those about to rock. We still, and I'm getting closer to getting the makeup videos ranked for Kiss. And then we got Darren's Dog Eat Dog from Warrant, and that'll be up to Darren when he's got time, whether it's this weekend yet or not.
I've already got it ranked. I've already done my homework on it, so I'm ready whenever.
I'm about halfway
schedule
through.
wise though. Tomorrow?
I could do tomorro as long as it's not during the Steeler game. But yeah,
Are you a noon, 3 o'clock?
I think it's the late game. Let me double check.
God.
Scott, who do you watch on Sundays?
Well, I used to watch the Redskins, but until they change their name back, they can get fucked. So
you're indifferent to NFL Sunday then?
Yeah, I love football. That's my favorite sport, and Carolina, they suck ass because they don't know how to draft a quarterback. So, yeah, I'm just kind of dead in the water. My Tar Heels is doing good. I think they're starting out 3-0. So I got a college team that I can rock with, but my NFL teams are for shit. So
yeah, I'm a big Viking fan, but I've gotten to the point where if I got something better to do like this, I don't give a fuck. So what time's your Steeler game?
2:25 my time, so 3:25 yours.
Tomorrow evening?
Yeah, I can do tomorrow evening.
You can finish up Dog Eat Dog by then?
But no, I don't. Or before or after. I'm good either way.
Yeah,
I'll
whatever.
be watching NASCAR. He's watching the Steelers, so I'll be racing tomorrow.
So evening works better for everybody?
Sure.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm game.
You'll have Dog Eat Dog done, Scott?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll start on it actually again tonight and tomorrow. So yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, well there you go, guys. Black Sabbath Mob Rules. A very interesting video. Yep.
You got to pick one before we leave it's your turn to pick one.
Oh, I thought we were going to catch up here first, and then I'd pick one.
Okay, well then let's do that because I don't want you to be saturated.
Yeah. I mean, after we all sign off here, Scott, I don't know if you want to do for those about to rock. I'm ready for that. Oh shit! There goes Scott. We're going to sign this off. All right. Until All right, sounds good. And until next time, everybody, thanks for watching.